Okay, here we go with number 24 right here in the last free response problem. Step number 1, write the balanced chemical equation. So calcium hydroxide solution is titrated with hydrochloric acid solution. And swap the cations. So calcium chloride is going to end up here. Calcium's plus 2, chlorine's minus 1. Just make sure you remember that. Calcium right here, chlorine right here. That's where that 2 comes from. And then you're going to get some HOH or some water. To balance this, you need a 2 here and a 2 here for the chlorines. Step number 1 is done. Step number 2, convert to moles. So take a look. They give you 25 milliliters of a 0.0525 molar calcium hydroxide solution. They give me 2 things right here that I can use a molarity triangle to find my moles. Titrated with this molarity of hydrochloric acid, but they don't tell me anything else about the hydrochloric acid, so I can't convert that to moles right now. But this I could, and so molarity times liters is going to give me my moles of my calcium chloride solution. I'm sorry, calcium hydroxide solution, OH2 right here. Is going to equal my molarity, which is 0.0525 molarity, times my liters, so 25, 1, 2, 3 to the left, 0.025 liters. Let's multiply those two together. So clear this out. 0.0525 times 0.025. Double check my calculator, make sure I put multiply in there, and I put 0.025 and 0.0525. So I have 0.0013125 moles of the calcium hydroxide. Okay, step number 3 is the mole-to-mole ratio. So now I'll take my 0.00133125 moles of the calcium hydroxide, put a multiply sign, put a line, put the calcium hydroxide in a position where it's going to cancel. And then I will find out how much acid I need. So hydrochloric acid is my new set of desired units. There's a 2 in front of that in the balanced equation. There's a 1 in front of this. So multiply my 0.00133125 times 2. Make sure I push multiply. Yep. So this is my number of moles of hydrochloric acid that are titrated. And it says what volume of the acid is needed to complete the neutralization. So in step number 4 right here, I'm going to convert to the asked for units, which is volume, which is liters. And so volume in liters is equal to moles divided by my molarity. It tells me my molarity right here, so I can put that in, 0.111 molar. And my moles are right here, so I can put my 0.002625 in here. Divide that by my molarity, so make sure I push divided by, and it's 0.111. Enter. My molarity, my volume is 0.0236486 liters of the hydrochloric acid solution. So if I want milliliters, I've got to go 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3, and it would be 23.6 milliliters of the hydrochloric acid. It just says what volume. It doesn't say whether it should be in liters or milliliters, but I did it to milliliters just in case you need to see how that goes. So those are the steps, number 24. The last one, 25. Hydrochloric acid solution is titrated with the calcium hydroxide solution once again. And so we're going to get the same equation that we had here. So calcium chloride and 2 HOHs and 2 in front of here, except it's just written a little bit different. And it says an amount of hydrochloric acid solution right here. And it asks what is the molarity of the calcium hydroxide. So this is our desired molarity that we want to find. But the first thing to do after writing the balanced chemical equation is to convert to moles. And since they give me a volume and a molarity, I can find moles right away. So moles are equal to my volume, which is 0.025 liters. Remember 3 to the left. Times my molarity, which is 0.0962 capital molarity. Let's multiply those two guys together. So 0.025 times 0.0962. Check my calculator really quick, make sure I put a multiply sign in there. 0.002405 moles of the hydrochloric acid, because they told me this is my volume and this is my molarity of the hydrochloric acid right here. So that's step number 2 done. Next is the mole-to-mole ratio. So I will take my 0.002405 hydrochloric acids, multiply sign, put a line, put hydrochloric acid in a position where it's going to cancel. Calcium hydroxide is my new set of units. For every 2 HCl, there's 1 calcium hydroxide. 2 from here, 1 from the calcium hydroxide. So divide this by 2. And I have 0.0012025 moles of the calcium hydroxide. Okay, and now that I have moles, I can find the molarity if I divide it by the liters. And they tell me the liters right here of my calcium hydroxide. So my molarity would be equal to my moles divided by my liters. And my liters, remember this is in milliliters, so 3 to the left. 123.03253 liters. So we'll take our moles right here and divide that by 0.03253 liters. Enter. That ends up being 0.036965877. So look at your number of sig figs, 3 sig figs here, so I want to go to the 3rd sig fig and say 5 or more, round up. Yep, 0.0370 molarity of my calcium hydroxide solution. Does this answer match? Yep. Does this answer match? Yes.